Hi, how do you help your once independent college student rediscover his sense of purpose during quarantine? That is today's question on Tips on Teens. My name is Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm the founder and clinical director of Teen Therapy Center in Woodland Hills, California. I'm also the executive director of the nonprofit organization Child and Teen Counseling. Both organizations focus on helping kids, teens, and families live happier lives. Every Wednesday at noon, I come here to your Facebook Live and answer your parenting questions. And here's today's question. Like so many other college students, my son is home now trying to finish his semester. He hasn't been doing well. He seems depressed, can't focus on his work, and is in danger of flunking this semester. He's usually a great student. We try to help, but he just gets mad at us. He lies in his bed and scrolls through his phone all day. He's 20 years old and was living independently before quarantine. I feel like taking his phone away is treating him like a child. What do we do? This is a really common problem. I'm seeing a lot in my practice. I know some other colleagues of mine are seeing it in theirs. You have a 20-year-old young man who is independent, was living on his own at college, having the time of his life, and comes home and kind of loses all that momentum, all that purpose. And I think it's important to recognize that he's not 16 anymore. He is 20. And while his brain is not fully developed to a full 25-year-old brain, I understand that. But you can't just take the phone away, because if you do, it's just going to cause more problems than it's worth. I think the better way to approach this is, instead of trying to dictate to him, instead of trying to tell him what he can and cannot do, have conversations with him. Try to reach out to him, connect with him. If you come across as judgmental, you come across as trying to push, he's going to pull away. And I can only imagine what's going on with this kid or this young man. He had his independence. He was at college. He was doing his own thing, and then it's all taken away. Another possibility is maybe he wasn't doing as well as you thought he was in college. Maybe he wasn't having the purpose and the drive and the great experience. Maybe he was already declining, and quarantine pushed it down even further, which made him going, forget it. That calculus homework I don't care about anymore. It has no meaning to me anymore. That paper on ancient Egypt, I don't care about it anymore. Even though it was part of my major, I don't care. So, something's going on where he's lost a sense of purpose, loss of drive. And I think the more you have an emotional connection with him, that may help him self-reflect and think about it. You may also want to think about getting him, someone to talk to, a therapist, myself, and every other therapist I know. We're all doing online sessions. It's not the perfect way to do therapy, but it's good enough, especially in this time of quarantine. Many people are also seeing clients individually in the office. I know I have a couple clients who come in because they don't have a safe place to do it online, and we're very careful on, people wearing masks, and people are wiping down door handles and all that stuff. So everyone's taking precautions for this quarantine situation. So if he needs to see someone face-to-face, there are options. There are plenty of options to see someone online. You just want to make sure that the person he's seeing online is in the same state he is in, because I know it's California. My license extends to the edge of the border of California, so I'm not able to do therapy for someone outside of California. So same thing probably with your son and his therapist. Anyways, I would encourage you to get him some help. Try not to tell him what to do. Try to collaborate with him. Help him, ask him questions, see if he can see how it's getting in his way. What does he want? Does he care about this semester? And if he does flunk this semester, it is not the end of the world. There are plenty of ways to bounce back, whether that's going back the second semester. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of leeway that college is going to give for people for this semester. And if not, there's other colleges you can go to. It doesn't matter what college you graduate from. It just more matters that you graduate and have that experience. So there's no end of the world situation here. But you also want to consider, is he suicidal? And if you're wondering, you may just want to ask him. And if you ask him, that's not planting the seed. You're not going to say, hey, do you ever think about hurting yourself? You're going to say, hey, I haven't thought about that, but that's a great idea. That's not how it works. He'll either say, no, I would never do that. Or he'd say, well, I don't know, maybe, which means he's already been thinking about it. which means it's good to get him talking about it. And as much as that may scare you as a parent, and I get why, you don't want to jump into, no, don't do that, because you're just going to push him away. You want to help him feel supported and secure and safe. And that's what's really important. Anyways, that is our question for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sending in your questions. We'll be here next Wednesday at noon on Facebook Live. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, you can email me at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com or direct message us right here on Facebook. We love your questions, and thanks again, and we will see you next time. Have a great week, guys. Stay safe. Bye-bye.